Yo, what's up, team? Your boys are back in the building with another episode of Retro Rewind.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys don't know who I am J3, and my boy next to me,
Rolling Shogun, and just asking.
Wah!
What's up?
What's up, yo?
I'm chilling.
We doing another Retro Rewind, bro.
This is a good segment. I like it.
And we taking it back.
Always.
We're taking it so far back, like
Golden era.
almost as far as George Jefferson's hairline.
That's
We're taking it back.
Yeah. It's back.
We taking it back. we got Lou Rawls' forehead movie screen. We taking it back.
In black and white.
We taking it back to black and white. You'll never find blom 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 a hairline like mine. We're taking it back.
Yep,
Shout out to Mike
real.
Epps. To the Wolfman.
1941.
Woo!
Way back. Universal.
One of my favorites.
Yeah. This is a good one.
This is a good one.
Oh, man. What can I say that has not been said? So I'll say this. So basically, this was an original idea. So there was no really a blueprint for this. This was just something that they tried to do.
Yeah.
Bring in modern mythology of new and original monsters at the time, like trying to create a world.
Yeah, trying to figure out what to F up the audience with.
And it was unique. It was
very unique.
And then the color schemes, the way they used the melodramatic acting, they took theater style acting and tried to, create mythology, and they made it kind of like a subgenre for it. Yeah. It's like very gothic. It was very dramatic. Had a little bit of melodrama, and then it was like a little mystery. We didn't know what it was. I call it
hunger.
Yeah.
Creativity. Back in those days, a lot of cats
very creative.
Really wanted to make it, and they made their product to last forever. And it's funny because we're talking about something that came out in 1941.
Yeah.
And granted, it is old, but as a viewer, it still holds up to a degree. And if you guys don't know how Retro Rewind go, we like to talk about that good, that bad, and we like to throw a little bit extra, and we talk about the scenes, and we talk about what was fun and what wasn't fun. We basically dive deep into these movies. Joe, we talking about good or bad? Where we going?
I'm gonna do the bad first this time.
Ooh, so that means he got a lot to say about this movie. That means it's good.
Couple of things. It was the main one I would say is that this film feels like it could have been told from different perspectives. It doesn't become a Wolfman movie until like maybe the second act, but I get the mystery part of it. But as the movie was going on, I was more interested in the gypsy character.
The one that looks like a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was one of them old comedians or something.
It was unique in the sense that, they were trying to build to something. You get a feel for these characters in a small town, and everybody's like goody two shoes, kind of trying to make it and survive. Upper class people and things like that. And then you got this one gypsy that comes out of nowhere, and then suddenly the tone just changes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like evil has rolled right in.
But it's like, is she a hoax? Is she telling the truth, or does she know something that the world doesn't?
Yeah.
It was great because it's like we know as an audience, but it's like, all right, the characters kind of have to play into it, so they have to sell the idea.
So you're saying as a bad, they didn't present it properly.
Right.
Got you.
But the character itself was very unique and interesting. Like she's giving it this performance out of this world where it's like, all right, let's just follow her, because what she's got going on, like something's already hit the fan, or somebody's been cursed and we don't know about it yet. So apparently what she's talking about has happened before.
Yeah.
But these characters are playing catch up, and we're kind of waiting
and trying to examine the situation.
Right.
I got a lot of bads, even though I love Wolfman. This is one of my favorite Universal monster characters.
Okay.
I've always been the type of individual where I would say, yo, if I had got dawned upon a choice to become a Universal monster, which one would I become? I wasn't really I'm into the whole monster genre, but I wouldn't be Dracula because I don't like the fact that I can't go outside in the sun.
Gotcha.
That's whack. I don't want to be Frankenstein because I got like 4 different shades of color on my penis. I'm good. I don't want that. It's long though, but I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. You know what I mean? Creature of the Black Lagoon. He looked like greens. I'm good. The Invisible Man, maybe, but no one can see me. But the Wolfman always, always was one of those characters that gravitated to me because the idea of transformation and kind of like a Jekyll and Hyde situation.
So you can still go on with living.
I can still go on with living.
So you bring a little reality to it.
Yeah, and I still contain my strengths, my abilities, even when I'm not in wolf form.
Gotcha.
So I always look at that as like, yo, I could make a living being a wolf.
That's unstoppable, yeah.
You know what I mean?
SOP, yeah.
One of the bad things about this movie, and I'm not even going to nitpick this, because that's not fair to nitpick it and talk about time.
Of course.
Because granted, it's a lot of stuff that does not hold up. It's 1941. We're in 2020. It's a lot. And for what they did their thing.
So it makes it unique. Yeah.
But the things that I have a problem with in the film, it has to go down with the gypsies.
Okay.
Like, they didn't look authentic to me. I'm sorry. It was just like, all right, let's hire a bunch of white actors to play these gypsies. They didn't look authentic. Old girl looked like an old man. Like, it was a joke when you watch it, like, wow.
Oh yeah.
Like,
and we're talking about a different Hollywood too.
You know what I'm saying? It's a different Hollywood. And granted, I'm not going to talk about it's like, it's hard to really talk about something that you don't like, but it's kind of like how we was watching Kong. There's King Kong, right? And they painted the white people black. Like, granted, I still don't like that because it doesn't feel authentic. The gypsies didn't feel authentic. I had a problem with that. But for the most part, everything was, for me, kind of solid as far as that issue. It would be more of the comedic factor of how it looked that I can really dive into and be like, yo, this was funny looking. This is crazy because of time. Another thing I did not like was the whole wolf setup. I thought that was really bad as far as the story. Like, everybody saw you bloody and then you're healed in the morning and they're like, it's like, y'all just forgot. What, you forget?
Yeah.
Like, yo, he just had his chest ripped out and you guys are sitting there acting like...
There's no mystery. That's him.
Yeah, like... We
figured it out. We saw... Why is there a detective here? Why are you guys interrogating him?
Y'all see, he came in wounded.
Yeah, you got him. End of movie.
Like,
but okay, that's what
I'm gonna roll with it.
That's where the melodrama comes in.
The story was off with his transformation. Like, it was like they kind of forgot. Like, they looked at the audience as idiots. To me, it's like the two female, the gypsy and the girl, brings a wounded man in. He's obviously, granted, they didn't show the blood because of the timeline, but we obviously we
that's hilarious.
We understand that he's wounded.
Right.
By a wolf.
I had to put myself in a 1941 perspective. What do you think it is? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because that's obviously what they were going for.
They see the gypsy lady. She turns around. She just disappears. Where did she go? It was a lady here.
But they tell you in the very first act exactly what happened.
And then everybody's like, I don't understand. Like, he healed in less than a day.
Oh, yeah. He had the cane and everything. That choreography was hilarious, but it was tight, though. He was getting it. Yeah!
That
Yeah. How they strained it.
The hair jiggle and shit. He was in it.
And the way, like, people used to get slapped back in the 30s and 40s. Oh! And then they turn their whole body like, shit. It's hilarious. But so I love seeing the old history style of storytelling and movie making.
Yeah.
It was funny though, and we definitely get it. But that's definitely a con.
Yeah,
that's funny. Because it was mystery solved, like basically right in the first act.
And you got it, and they just played the audience. The audience was very immature and gullible back then, and it's hard to not really nitpick the time. But that's what I didn't like for the most part. I didn't like the idea that he got ripped. He attacked and killed the wolf, and then in the story, he comes wounded. He wakes up from that afternoon.
Right.
He wakes up in that afternoon and he's completely healed. And no one's questioning the fact that I seen your heart yesterday. What's up?
Weird. What's going on?
You just healed out of nowhere, like, and everyone's acting weird. Like, I thought that was very stupid in the script. But that's kind of, for the most part, I think everything else hits though.
Yeah. That's pretty much.
Thanks for watching, guys. No, just go ahead.
That's pretty much like mostly the negatives, but I mean.
What you got? You got one more?
What do I say? I do believe that this movie does a good thing of kind of just staying contained and confined, but you can also see Rome where they did want to expand and set up other movies. And I love how they still keep it subtle, but they give the idea in the air like, hey, there could be more. Mm-hmm. And I felt like since we got the twist in the very first act, I felt like it should have been multiple wolves.
Which I thought it was.
Yeah. Because of the fact of the gypsy laying down the knowledge and the history of what's been going on. This wasn't the first time. And the fact that she knew lets me know that this has happened before many times. Yeah. I feel like there should have been multiple wolves.
What I also...
That would have been a cool twist.
You know, when you say this out loud, and I said it because when he attacked the wolf, the werewolf, right? Why was it a wolf?
I don't know.
Like, yo, what makes you different?
Right.
It was poor explanation right there. This guy's a wolf man, and he got bit by a wolf.
Right.
Now, I don't know if this is Jack Nicholson's wolf, where he eventually turns into him through, just being in that form for so long, but it kind of didn't make any sense.
No, that's a twist right there.
You see what I'm saying? You know how, in the Jack Nicholson wolf, he actually turned into a wolf later on.
Right.
But in this one, it makes no sense because it's like you got attacked by a wolf.
Right.
And then you beat the wolf, and then he turned back human. I don't know how he got tall again, but he turned back human, dead. And this guy's a wolf man. I thought, I don't know. I looked at it.
It kind of just randomly happened.
Yeah, I looked at it as it's 1940. This is as good as it's going to get. So I'll just take it. But it's just something that I looked at and was like, even then when I first watched it when I was younger, I never got that. It never made much sense to me. It was like, you're fighting a werewolf who's obviously a human. You'll get confused, but
you will get confused.
The transformation part is the worst part of the whole movie. But once he gets there, we'll talk about that gold.
Oh yeah. I just think it's funny and unique because you kind of have this ripple effect in Hollywood storytelling, like at a time where you're just trying to do something new and be creative. You don't really know if it's going to work or not. You just want to hit it big. Yeah. So the idea of creating a cliche and looking back on something that's from the golden age, it's like, all right, well, that was invention for its time. Mm-hmm. And then now that you have a blueprint of what can be done or what it takes to make it better, it's very interesting because I can't imagine at the time being that person that created something that did work. Yeah. And you really don't know if it's accepted or not until you get people in that theater in that dark room.
Word.
So it's a trip to be like, they did something that no one was sure of and probably no one wanted to make and made it work. And then when you revisit stuff like that, you see the flaws and things, but at the time it was like accepted because it was a fresh new idea. No one had did it. So you're looking at originality. Mm-hmm. They created a brand new monster. They created a brand new mytho for it. Yeah. You're bringing a monster into a modern day setting. Mm-hmm. None of this was heard of at the time. So I'm just looking at it like, damn, that's deep.
And that's the fun part about it. Yeah. And the audience.
It's unique, bro.
The audience obviously was like, oh, this is scary. You know what I mean? Granted. And then it ain't scary, but it's very interesting.
You're seeing the beginning of inspiration, basically, like literally. Like it came from nothing, but now that we have that and we have these, it came from this. Yeah. Yeah. But before that, they didn't have that, so it's like it was just imagination and idea.
And I love concept. That's what makes old film classics.
It's dope,
beautiful because it was the beginning. It was the premature stages of our movie thought process and where we could take it and where movies are now. It's crazy how we lost our way. You got any more cons? You got any bads? The soundtrack was weak. No, I'm just milking.
I didn't trip on the soundtrack.
No, I was just joking.
The main character.
What's his name? Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney. Yeah. He seemed like he was in a different movie.
Really?
They set him up like a Dick Tracy type of character. Like he was gonna be this detective, the guy that becomes a Wolfman. Like, they made him seem like he was gonna be this guy that was really about it, but he was just kind of out of the blue. He really didn't know what's going. He was obsessed with that woman he was trying to get after.
Of course he was. He had a telescope and he watched her get undressed.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God, is that an ankle? Back then that's how it was going down. He didn't even see no titties or nothing. Then he saw an ankle, a wrist. Oh, she took her watch off.
Yeah.
She's hot.
You've come a long way.
She's come a long way. She had a long dress on, everything. Oh my God, is that an earlobe?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hot. Whoo.
That's hilarious.
Like on some Mad Street. Gong, gong, gong. Yeah. You know what I mean? But
But it
was
shows,
a pervert, bro.
It shows the detail like of what men were like back then. Like there was crazy.
You barely see anything back then. Them fools getting high.
So they was happy to give it whatever, you know.
Put your damn socks on, woman. What do you think this is?
And then they have that appalled look. Oh, what do you mean, Bob? What is this?
I disagree with the character. I like the fact that obviously he was from there, but grew up in America.
Yeah.
And that was the fish out of the water.
It makes sense.
And he was coming back to the town, and everything's different. People treated him differently. He had a different upbringing compared to the rest of them because his brother had died.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I felt like he should have been all right. Well, it's gonna be a little different. I mean, like knowing that being away for a long time, you should know that it won't be the same. And I felt like he should have been a little more prepared because it seemed like anything could have happened at any moment. Like the movie could have ended as soon as he showed up because he didn't know what was going on. Like coming back to this town where he used to, be at. So I thought that was kind of strange. But that also makes a good point too, though. But then, like, if common sense did kick in, we wouldn't have a movie. So yeah,
true.
It's kind of either way.
And he was big, so
yeah,
he got the job because he was huge. That motherfucker.
And now I get that because that what's funny, that mistake kind of had to be made because now with these kind of movies, the subgenre that they created, you're used to having a heroic man come in because at the time that was kind of new.
Wait, heroic man? What is that? I don't know anymore.
Basically,
could you explain to the younger audience member what a heroic man is in a movie? Last I seen, they wear dresses. Go ahead.
That final guy coming in, saving the day, knows what's going on. He's very aware. He's kind of just comes in, doesn't ask questions, just gets the job done. He was the opposite of that. So
he doesn't cry. He doesn't ask for savior.
But in the 30s and 40s, men was doing that. Like
suck their stomach in.
Yeah.
No muscle, but just upper body.
Oh, yeah. All upper body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Come on.
They fight with their yeah.
Yeah. Popeye.
Exactly.
Got you.
So you saw the evolution of character and strong, manly man. Like that's like a rare breed now. But back then, that was something that was important. That was something that was really pushed upon.
Got you.
It was a very different time, man. So I feel like it does sort of come full circle. But you see the beginning stages of it when it was accepted and when it was a thing to be shown. Like that was an important thing to be seen.
Yeah. I think that sums it up on the bad, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this good. I wish I had some animation. Good. You know what I mean? I'll go first on this one.
All right.
The best part of the movie for me is after they poorly explain the transformation. And I mean that as far as him healing and all that stuff like that. And he starts to experience the transformation. And when he finally turns into the wolf man and he takes... Because this guy was huge. Like, this was a big dude. Like, I think he had to be about 6 feet tall. Because everybody else was kind of small in the movie.
Yeah, he was stocky.
He was stocky, like kind of like George Reeves, Superman.
Yeah.
Big guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when he finally transformed, he had that bag wig on top of his head and stuff. Granted, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. The costume's derpy as hell. But it's 1940. I've seen they obviously improved it when you watch more of the Wolfman. But the first one is really funny to watch. Seeing them hairy legs, he walking on his tippy toes. He's sitting there walking on his tippy toes.
That's the best suspense we got. They was making it work.
He was trying to be a wolf, and that's what makes it funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it makes it very interesting. I really enjoyed it seeing that because it showed us that George Ragnar really wanted to make this believable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He really wanted to make it believable the best way they can in 1941. I really respect his direction because, granted, from the mistakes in the story, showing the Wolfman and the suspense factor, when he was in the shadows.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They didn't just say, "Here you are."
Right.
It was like, "Here's a piece of him. Here's a claw."
They tried to keep it atmospheric.
Yeah.
Like there were shots where they would just show his feet and his
legs.
I was like, okay, I see what they're doing.
And you see his rusty toenails and stuff. You know what I mean? And you see that in the claws, and he's a big guy. Yeah. And then when he got caught in the bear trap, and he's trying to get out, but he was still an animal. He couldn't function properly like a human would just open. He's like, and he goes to sleep, like on some random stuff. And then the gypsy comes over his body. You know what I mean? I love the wolf man.
And this is stuff you would see today in today's genre movie. So this was kind of like the beginning stages of it. Now the difference is you're expecting it and you're used to it now.
Yeah.
Now you can critique if it's done right or poorly.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, all right, you know what? They do have to show this. This is kind of the foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But let's put some 2020 on it. So now you have a blueprint.
Yeah. And this was a great blueprint for newer Wolfman movie, or just in general monster movies.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that. I love the whole Wolfman thing. It was watching it now as a grown up compared to when I watched it when I was a kid. I used to always rent this movie at the library.
Dope.
And just watching it, and you understand the cinematography of it, and it's really dope seeing it. And the way they presented the wolf, like you felt his presence when he came.
Yeah.
He was like, this is the wolf man, and he's going to kill somebody. He's going to bite somebody. Somebody's going to get scratched. Something's going to happen. And the idea that they allowed him to actually commit kind of low-key murders. Like, he was doing stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I thought that was really cool. And the whole idea. I don't want to keep,
No, you good, bro.
I dive right too far too in it. You know what I mean? So.
It was funny because one of my favorite things was like when the gypsy came out, she explained that the curse can be broken once you get taken over and eaten. And it was funny because when you learned about that, you're like, all right, well, who else had the curse? And then it was like, is the gypsy going to be the main focus from this point on? Because I was like, wait a minute, she's going to be kind of like the sidekick that's giving intel and information.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to be kind of like the main guy was going to be working with the gypsy, trying to find out are there other people that had gotten attacked or killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because that would have been kind of cool to like go that route. Because now it's like, okay, there's not one, but there's many. I like that they gave a little bit of that history and that mythology on this Wolfman, not knowing, hey, like maybe there could be more. Hey, maybe there's other monsters out there. Mm-hmm. And again, they don't ever express the idea that there's other things out there.
Yeah.
But the gypsy acknowledges, hey, I've seen stuff, and I do this for a living. So
I'm the reason it exists.
Yeah. So you get little snippets here and there, and I thought that was really cool. And I also like the psychic bringing the narrative kind of full circle too. Mm-hmm. So you got that angle and dynamic as well. I thought that was really cool. They could have focused more on that, but I like that they give you a very little and then you never see that person again. And then that's kind of where the universe kind of happens, because mm-hmm. now maybe this person could pop up somewhere else.
Word.
That was kind of like a Where's Waldo kind of character.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was really cool, and I like the transformation scene. It was pretty cheesy, but I love the whole idea of just seeing that type of effect in that era of Golden Era. That was cool.
And that's the thing about it, because granted, we've seen better.
Yeah.
But back then, that was cream of the crop, man.
Yeah.
That was the cherry on top. Like, that was great. Like, to see him gradually change into that. You had cut, makeup, put some hair right here.
Yeah.
Action. Cut, makeup, deeper. It just, he looked like a wolf band. Like, we're looking at look at that. Look at the picture, the poster. It's just a head.
Very
with
vintage.
Teeth.
I
he
like
had
that.
Teeth.
Man.
And he had that little. He'll wiggle the lip.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
The acting had to come in. Yeah.
He became a wolf man, and I like it because it's beyond. It's Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with no control. Like, literally, even though Mr. Hyde has his own mindset, he just does bad things, but he understands. The Wolfman doesn't. He's a creature.
He's just trying to survive.
He's just trying to survive. He doesn't understand. He's just out there eating and biting them people and junk, and that's cool. That's cool. I love that. I love that about this movie. It's the actors, you know what I mean, were how can I say it? Very. They weren't cheesy, but you could tell that they understood that this might be their last meal. So they worked their ass off in this movie, and I really appreciate that. They wanted this to be believable, bro.
Yeah.
They wanted to be very believable. And the Gwen, the girl, I thought she was cute. Like, they hired a very beautiful woman to play that, and she had this type of mysterious behavior behind it. Like, she was low key. She low key belonged to the streets.
Yeah.
Like they.
She was
out there, but she was supposed to be with old boy.
She was happy, like somebody, like she got somebody's attention. Like it was crazy.
That big man came and she looked at that weenie, bruh. She belonged to the streets. She was out there because they were like, because the people were like, yo, what was y'all doing in the woods?
Right.
Like, why my daughter got ate up?
Right.
Where was y'all at? You know what I mean? She out there on the tree and stuff, letting this. She belonged to the streets, bro.
He saw the mirror rings. It was over.
Early hoes. It's crazy.
She did it gracefully, though.
Yeah. And one thing I also like about it, they didn't really do that powder on the lens too much with her.
Not at all.
Once they acknowledge that she belongs to the streets, no more powder.
That's funny. I will say, as far as other positives, I like the setup of the movie as far as like getting familiar with the locations and the cinematography.
Yeah.
How they use the gothic lighting, giving you like that Broadway kind of live theatrical feel.
Yes.
That was cool, man. So at that time, you never really had like a sense of what you wanted your style or your tone to be. You just kind of created it. But I like how now, decades later with the Universal movies, they created this blueprint of this kind of gothic look. And I feel like with filmmakers of our generation today, like guys like Tim Burton, you can kind of really see his influence from these monster movies. Like he really picked up that gothic feel, and he maintained it.
And that's
very theatrical, very dark, but kind of weird and eerie, atmospheric, all kind of stuff going on, but colorful characters. But you didn't know whether they were good or bad. They could have been misfits, anti-heroes, but they were interesting, you know what I mean? But they were weird and scary looking. Something was offbeat about them.
That's crazy you say that, because I see that in a lot of the legendary directors and writers. And a lot of the new people have tried to, they haven't, because even when you watch this, like when we watched what was it, Abraham Lincoln and the Vampire Hunters, right?
Yeah.
When we watched that one, right, you can see that in there. When we watch Sleepy Hollow, you see that in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's in there, and I love the fact that those guys, these older directors, never lost that touch. And not to shy off from this movie, I just hate the fact that these newer directors choose not to use that. They have such a big-headed ego to want to be so on their own.
Right.
They're losing the things that make film beautiful. And I've noticed that. Like, if you ever hear when they talk about these new directors, these fools are making movies like music videos. Like, they're not. It's something that's missing. It's that caring, that heart, that love in it. It's not really there.
Gotcha.
It's funny. It's funny you say that. That's great observation.
Yeah, especially with this genre, that's kind of like a big thing to do, like paying homage to the past. A lot of directors in this genre really have no problem like doing that. So it's really cool to see history in the making. Yeah. In a sense, this comes a long way, and we still come back and revisit these, and it's just amazing to see like something from way in the past like still holds up and is still talked about during the test of time, because that's not an easy task. That's legendary to still be talked about decades later.
But it's funny because us as we're young guys, you know what I mean? We're young brothers, and we didn't grow up with a silver spoon in our mouth, and the idea is that what makes it really special, and then after I said we're gonna get into the scenes, but what makes it really special is that our parents put that in us. It was never, we can honestly say we sat down and watched this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's good material. You know what I mean? Even with my kids, we watch this stuff. I make sure they learn this stuff because like, when you teach the youth, you got to show them the past. You can't just go, oh, we just gonna watch 80s films. Nah. You gotta watch the black and white. You gotta watch the Charlie Chaplin. You know what I mean? The Ron Sterling. The Alfred Hitchcock. If you're gonna talk about suspense and scary movies and stuff, you gotta watch these type of movies and these stories, because these stories are everlasting. And it's funny because when you watch so much of it, you see these writers try to imitate it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
They do such a poor job now. It's not even that good. It's like, ew, you just copied this whole blueprint.
Yeah.
You're not even creative with it. And it's like, that's a problem. You know what I mean? It's crazy though. But this what makes this movie good, because it's original. it's original. And the budget was like $180,000. Now that might sound like nothing now, but god damn, that was a lot.
Yeah,
for them weekenders graphics.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta respect low budget filmmaking, man. Like,
but that wasn't low budget back then. Yo, that was like, we gonna make this Wolfman movie.
It's like guerrilla movie making, like just trying to make it work practical. What we got, that's what we got. Let's use it.
Bruh, like,
it's amazing. You gotta
look at this picture of him, man. Like he was the Wolfman.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these scenes, man. What was your worst scene? What was your favorite scene? What you got, bro?
Oh, my favorite scene was when the woman in his dreams got attacked. The melodrama attack. When she turned and he snuck up behind her. She's and then the guy came with the stick. Yeah. Classic. I was dying, bro. Like, this had me rolling.
Bruh.
But it was like great scene. Because that was supposed to be the moment. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the 1950s action choreo. Yeah, get her, let her go. It was great. It was great.
What I never understood.
I appreciate that. It's cheesy, but it was tight.
What I never got was the fact that we understood there's a wolf out there that's eating people. Why you out there by yourself? At night.
Unaware.
Everyone knew the Wolfman story. They all
it was told.
They all chanted the little quote, everything.
Yeah.
They acting like they in the coronavirus. They act like they in COVID. Y'all know the outcome.
Right.
But y'all still outside. I would have been in the house. Bro, there's a wolf out there eating people. People are getting their throats.
Candlelight rifle or something.
Y'all just out there for no reason.
Yeah.
Bruh, one of my favorite parts of the movie, man. It's when he finally dies. Because it's like, is he dead or what?
Right.
Because he transforms back. But it's like,
the curse lives on.
But who got bit? Like, you know, not like, I think it was the cop, the detective guy got scratched.
That was the original, yeah.
The detective got hit.
Yeah.
But it's like when you, this is the cheating part. This is what happens when you're in 2020. There's like 7 Wolfman movies. The guy comes back as the Wolfman.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like,
what's the motive now?
What we doing? And I love it. It's the ending. It's like, okay, he dies, he's in peace. But then it's like, nah, we made money on this movie. Bring him back.
It's just safe, and then it ends, and then the credits roll. That's simple, like just bleak endings.
It was like
no explanation.
He transferred.
Roll, Technicolor.
He went back to normal. They looked, dun dun dun, in the movie. But what's going on?
Hey, I'll take it,
man. Yeah. I also like when
said no questions back in the day. It's over.
Don't ask me.
But
nothing.
if you like it, we're coming back.
We're coming back.
Dope.
What I also like was when they were worried about the gypsies coming back in town and the gypsies just partying. They was like, your boy dead, bruh. Like they just partying, and then when they found out that another wolf man is rising, and she was like, shoot.
Right.
Gypsies got the hell up out of there, bruh. The gypsies were smart. They got the hell up out of town.
And that's kind of where the movie turns ship.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, this is just
getting real.
Should have focused more on that. But yeah, that was good suspense and good twist.
Yeah, it's a very good movie. And I'll say this, it does hold up for its time. Because you can honestly watch it. Like out of all the Universal monster films, The Wolfman is one of those that still is watchable. I won't say you will fall asleep depending on the circumstances because it is black and white.
Oh, they got you in. The running time was legit with those movies.
You
60 minutes.
Yeah, and you're done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can watch it. It does hold up. It also it's a great movie to teach you how to make a film. It's a great movie to teach you
history lessons. Yeah, film 101.
It's film 101. Like this is what you want. This is the suspense. This is the protagonist. This is the antagonist. You know, you learn these things about the characters off the top of the movie. It's A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 all the way through, and it doesn't make the audience look stupid except for the transformation idea. He's attacked by a wolf man who's obviously a dog, and he hits him with the action scene. I call it action scene because the silver cane he has.
That beats cane was legendary. Had a lot of meaning.
It's funny because a silver bullet kills him.
Yeah.
But you can beat the fool with a silver cane.
And he can get hurt. He can get.
Ouch! That shit sizzles, bruh. It's sizzling my skin.
He was getting tore up with that cane.
Man,
he was working on it.
So you could get a silver brick and hit a wolf upside his head and kill him. But if I hit him upside his head with a brick, he'll just bounce off.
Ridiculous. Better chance of the cane, I guess.
The bullet makes sense. It penetrates.
Right.
It's injury.
But not everybody had those weapons like that, so he just had that cane.
We need a modern day Wolfman movie because I think honestly, if I have
cool with it.
A semi-automatic gun and I shoot a Wolfman, he's gonna die. I'm penetrating the shit out his body.
You know what's? I just started something because when you said modern day Wolfman, we've never had it in the present. That would be dope.
We kind of did American Werewolf in London, or was it Paris? Which one was it?
We don't talk about Paris, but London, yeah. But like now, like suburbs.
Okay.
You feel me? Like Blumhouse put their prints on it. Like that could be tight.
Because it would make logical sense.
Home invasion, like Disturbia type stuff, but Wolfman.
Like, what if I hit a Wolfman with a cannon?
The new neighbor just moved in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shoot, Fright Night type stuff. You feel me? Like that'd be dope. They kind of did it with the vampire, but not a werewolf though.
But it's like funny because you say that, and I thought of that movie, Towelhead.
And I don't want to hear you guys. Oh yeah, there's been werewolf, but not the Wolfman. Like yes, we had Silver Bullet and thank you, American Werewolf in London, but I'm talking about the Wolfman from the Universal Monsterverse. Did you see that movie Towelhead? Yes. Yeah.
When I heard that, I thought of the guy that played Two-Face. Like,
okay, yeah.
I'm here.
That would be fire. Like that idea alone, just the concept, like you can really create something out of that.
Did you get that off of Goosebumps? Because that's a Goosebumps episode.
Like really bring Wolfman into the present. He's always kind of been in the past.
Not to cut you off, but that dude was feeling that shit.
Beware, you're in for a scare.
All right, that's a hit. That's a hit. Run it.
Oh, you gotta bring. And then the.
He was feeling that shit. One key.
Hey, and they put some beats in there like Black folks love drums.
Hey, I'm surprised they ain't made a song out of the Goosebump beat yet.
Hey, somebody do it. That'd be dope.
All right, but yeah, you on that with that one. Word is bond.
Discussion. Right? It just happened when you said it sparked something. I'm like, yo, I want to see that.
Because it sounds like a Goosebumps episode.
I will pay to watch that.
But you're right though. We have not had a modern day take on the Wolfman.
And now, like that would be tight.
Because
Wolfman is about to get Wolfman's about to get it though. They're talking about it, but I'm wondering, are they gonna do that? Is it gonna be present?
Yeah, because
Dracula.
We did have a Wolfman. It was the Wolf with Jack Nicholson.
But I mean, this Universal version, this take.
Got you.
With the acknowledgement that we need to
talk about Wolf.
Where there could be other monsters out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could be cool. Like you can really do something with that.
But we was gonna get that with the Mummy.
Yeah.
And then it kind of went.
And that's why I had to say that earlier. Like, yeah, I know there was other modern day wolves though, but I mean in the MonsterVerse though.
Yeah, we can get that. We could definitely.
Jack blowing up. Oh yeah, Jack Nicholson. I know, guys. Trust me.
Jack Nicholson was the wolf.
But we talking about Wolfman. This Wolfman.
He was Wolverine Wolfman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So hey, it's what maybe we'll see. I don't know yet. They haven't really dropped any like legit news. We just got to catch on who it's gonna be. But
yeah.
I hope it's present.
I hope it's present because that would be
make
a different take on it and give us
the curse never dies.
Yeah.
Generation. I mean, look,
we just watched this one. In general, what creates the curse?
Got it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is it necessary a bite from a wolf? That a bite from a wolf could spread it like a zombie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it could spread the disease, but what creates it? That's why when I was looking at the gypsy lady, I'm like, yo, she had all the magic potions and she and turn them back to normal.
That's
and
the fantasy
did all this stuff.
Yeah.
But it's like, yo, did you dabble a little bit in this sorcery? Did you unleash this? Do you call upon some type of mythological creature to dawn on a spirit or something?
You just sparked something else.
Like, yo, does it take it to that level? Like, is Wolfman actually some type of like? Because what I'm saying is because in the Jack Nicholson movie, he asks about that. He's like, is there some type of transformation from a wolf to a human that creates something.
Got it.
So how would that be able to be, done? Because in that case,
well, you have to bring science in now because you can't really. It won't be potions in this new one. I know that. It will be.
That's why Invisible Man was dope, because it was no potion.
It will be science based. That's for sure. It will be science and tech based.
I think it will be sorcery.
Now, if you go science based, you can really make sense of that because now it's like almost The Boy Who Cried Wolf. I know I saw something, but how do I prove this? This man has found a way to blend in and turn it on when necessary. He, again, like let's quote unquote, let's say he's a scientist. Moved in the neighborhood, just got his finance. He's in a wholesome like suburbia. Wolfman just moved in next door, and he's figured out a way to maintain his transformation. But if somebody does something wrong and that moon comes out, it's show ass. You know what I'm saying?
That's your ass, Mr. Postman.
It's crazy. So it's like, you don't want to do nothing to bring the wolf out. But then he's got to watch, monitoring his heart rate, his heart temperature.
Man, you talking about the Incredible Hulk, bro?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, you have to bring this realistic take on it.
Was that Edward Norton?
Yeah. I'm saying like he knows how to channel it.
Yeah.
But he's figured out a way to kind of blend in with society because he's trying to break the family curse.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm trying to give a little mythos to it.
Yeah.
He's trying to break the family curse because the curse doesn't die from what we know.
Yeah.
But
I think
he figured out a way to break it.
I think it'll be sorcery. It'll be mythology.
And
I think it'll be something like that.
To keep himself kind of wholesome, he has to feed on new blood. So he looks for wholesome like suburban families. And he's able to cover it up because he's a scientist.
That's not a bad idea. And granted, we kind of left from 1941.
Oh
to
yeah,
present.
yeah.
But
it's what
no.
We do,
that's
y'all.
what we do.
What we do, man. He sparked something. It's what you came up with it, and I just started thinking.
But my take on it, I think it would be something because when you look at the what's the word I'm looking for? The amulet they had, the cane, all this stuff like that, and you put the amulet on and you won't transform.
Gotcha.
How do you know these things? How do you know how to prevent the werewolf? How do you know how to create? How do you know how to contain it? Think about it. The gypsy chick was walking around all night. Werewolf never touched her. Was she?
The only way I could think of an answer to that is because if we're talking about modern day, there's got to be historical books. Something's found.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I think she
be.
has some type of talisman or something, and I agree. He's a scientist. But what if he's some type of archaeologist?
Oh, I love that idea too.
Right?
Oh my God.
So he finds some type of ancient talisman, he unlocks it, and it becomes a curse. Like the curse of the mummy, Dracula, all that shit.
He's trying to bring the history back into this time.
Well, not necessarily. He just stumbles across it.
Just stumble across out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I
want to know more.
He's facing it, but when he unlocks it, the werewolf hunters rise.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Which are gypsies.
Yeah.
They understand it. They've stopped it for hundreds of years, or let's say 75 years or something. Whatever. 1941. You know what I'm saying? Like, they stopped it. It's been contained because the last guy that got bit was the cop and all that shit like that. You know, yada yada yada. But
and you know there's gonna be a detective on the case. Yeah.
As always.
Always.
Detective. Who gonna be the detective? If you had to cast somebody right now to be detective, who you got?
I'm gonna be biased. I'm gonna just say it. Bryan Cranston. That'll be tight, my dude. And the reason I pick him is because he's already a great actor. I feel like he doesn't get his credit due because he plays like character roles, but he's never like a lead in movies.
Yeah.
And I feel like this would be something to where we know he can deliver, but giving him something in a universe that's already established, him going up against something, because you got to have somebody that's got to stand toe to toe with the Wolfman. Kind of like you got to have a hero that's going to be able to go against his villain,
or an actor who can withhold it.
Yes,
I got you.
And Ryan Gosling, we know what he can do. He can get down.
Oh yeah,
and Bryan Cranston, those two are great. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to see him in something like that, and I want to see him play another iconic character in his roster of roles, because everyone knows him as Heisenberg and things like that.
Oh, dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Hal. So, I know him as Hal.
Oh yeah. Malcolm in the Middle all day.
Hal, man.
But like for a movie, we want to give him more legendary roles like to be remembered by. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he'd be great in something like this as a detective. You know what I'm saying?
I can't argue. It's funny hearing because when I think of Hal, I think of Malcolm Middle.
He's so underrated though.
Yeah.
Like, and I enjoy seeing him when I do see him in a project. Like, he's a great actor. Like, really is.
For me,
who you got
to play the detective? Bryan Cranston's a good one. I ain't gonna lie. I was thinking a little bit more, soulful, a little bit more like, because we talking modern day, things have changed.
Okay.
We've never seen a black Wolfman.
Who you got?
I'm conflicted.
Okay. Are you talking about for the Wolfman or the
detective?
Oh, okay.
Because obviously he's gonna get bit.
I want to hear this.
Obviously he's gonna get bit and get turned into it.
Okay.
But I'm trying to, because I'm looking at the iconicness of these actors. They're older now.
Yeah.
So it's hard to kind of dip into where I think they can go.
Some new fresh. But yeah, I got you.
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Why not?
Physique wise, like, he's up there, bruh.
He never done anything.
And he has a killer jaw. He could just put fangs there.
Yeah.
He's already ready.
Hey, I'm ready.
Jaw. You got the mouth, them teeth.
Yeah. That'd be tight to see.
All right. That's basically, y'all got extra. But
man, for real. My bad. So what we doing?
Wolfman 1941. What do you give this movie, bruh?
Wolfman 1941 for its courageous, taking risk, being original. I'm gonna give it a B, man.
A B.
It's a classic B, black and white movie. I had fun with it.
B for black and white.
It's great history. It's part of pop culture. It's influential. I come back to it, revisit it. That's what it is, and I'm glad I got to experience it.
This guy gets it.
Yeah. It's a good movie, man.
All right. Personally, my favorite Universal monster film, hands down.
Really?
I love it more than Dracula. Okay. I love it more than Invisible Man, and I love those.
Okay, I'm a Black Lagoon guy.
I love all of them. I love all of them.
But I need a remake of that.
This one just speaks to me because I could see myself being that in a sense.
Gotcha.
The transformation idea, you know what I mean? Being a wolf in a bed, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, tearing these chicks up. You know what I mean? I love it.
Modern day, that's modern day stuff is what I'm talking about.
Oh, man.
But it's going to be bloodshed. See, it's going to be tight, man. Blumhouse got to do it. Imagine that scene. Bruh.
Like feeling that shit. All right, I'm going to give this movie.
You hear that? Oh, my God. Like, it's going to be crazy.
I give Wolfman an A.
Okay.
1941, it's ahead of its time, original script, bad parts, but I understand the way it was taken. It has its bad, but they're more of modern, they're more of the timeline bad.
Sure.
And the way films were just made back then. It really hits where it needs to hit as a film, a monster movie. It's not too over the top. The acting's not over the top. The music is very suspenseful. You know what I mean? For them to be filming at nighttime, you can honestly see what the hell's going on. Like, it really hits. And I like the fact that deaths occurred in this movie, and it wasn't BS.
Right.
You know what I mean? And the actor that played him was a massive man. Like, I like the fact that they didn't hire someone new to play him. Like, okay, you're Wolfman. Cut. You come on in. I like the fact they kept the same energy all the way through with the guy. Yeah. And that right there means a lot to me because film nowadays, these actors are afraid to get their fingernails dirty. And back then, he obviously had his fingernails dirty. He was in the dirt. He was crouching. He was a Wolfman. And I love that.
He got in there and he played a wolf.
A movie.
Yeah.
A movie.
All right.
Hope you guys enjoyed another episode of Retro Rewind.
Yes, sir.
If you're new to the channel and you like what you see, this guy gets it. Love this shirt. That's right. This guy gets it. Push that subscribe button. Thumbs this video up. Do not forget to share Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm J3.
Ronin Shogun, Ninja Assassin.
Wah! And we out.